Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready?
Get ready, dog.
This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we are in the Pacific Northwest at CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with the Green Bay Packers. Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And off we go from Seattle. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
On first down, Rodgers gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Packer first down. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Rodgers going to throw. That's complete to the former Aggie, Jay Sternberger. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a second and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Let's go, defense. Let's get off the field, defense.
Now Rodgers on the bootleg. Caught by Jones. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game too. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And they'll try the jet sweep here. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation.
Brings up 3rd and inches.
319. 54. I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
Hey, 626.
Throwing is Rodgers. He's got the tight end, Sternberger. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling. Rodgers will bring him up to the line, 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. To throw, it's Rodgers. He's got the hook up to Lazard. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Rodgers will bring him up to the line, 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. And they try the sweep to Jones. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Here's Rodgers to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at the 20.
Let's go.
After the interception, here's Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He hits his running back, Procise.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
So 2nd in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Jair Alexander that time able to knock that one away. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Wilson going to hand it to Procise. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
It's 3rd and 10.
Waiting.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field.
Hey, Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Come on, baby. Let's see what's 12. He's cracked. 12. He's checking crack.
Here we go on 4th with Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith. And that will force a turnover on downs. Well, that, my friend, I guess is the definition of a head-scratcher. 4th and long, this stage of the game. What were they doing?
I just have to believe that he looked at the situation, still in the first half, decide if there's a time to be aggressive, now is it, because there's still time to make up for it if things don't go right. Of course, a lot of questions on this one, and look, I want to go for it as much as anyone.
But 4th and long?
Yeah, I don't think I would have there. That one seemed a little bit on the irrational side.
Fans might be a little angry at that one. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me in your nightmares.
Here's Rodgers. Gonna throw again. Flushed out right. And he's gonna have to eat this one as down he goes. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
They're not ready for this. They still playing.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. Oh, trying to get that to Adams, but that's intercepted. Picked off by Brad McDougald. return it to the 24-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Let's go. Hey, hey.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. The throw over the middle, taken in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. Not really any offense for them to speak of here in this first half. Maybe that's what they needed, that big play.
Yeah, it seems that maybe everything changes right there. They've been a little slow out of the gate. We've seen that. But that one big play, that could spark a big burst right here.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was trying to go back to Moore there, but it'll be second down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Let's go double count right here, double count.
Wilson throwing again. Going back to Moore. This time he's got him complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he would end up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th.
One left, one left. -50.
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. He's got Lockett. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it. But in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
50, I got you. I got you. Mike, 50.
Again, Wilson. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 23 yards on the play. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
We need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Undercut. 36 power.
Wilson turns and gives to Procise. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have him.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11.
61, matchbox, white.
Now Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Take over 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Mike 50.
Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
Bring out, bring out, bring out, cut.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Check. 42's the Mike. 42.
Right left.
Mike's 4-2. Mike's 4-2.
To throw again. Wilson dancing to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down.
Come get some. Come on here, come get some. He don't want it. Get it.
On 1st down, Prosise. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the 1st half of play.
He's not going to get me. Sponge.
Protein spill. Hit it.
A 2nd down carry for Prosise. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the 1st half of play.
Who's the key?
42's the Mike. Watch the screen.
No pass.
Watch the screen. Mike 42. Go.
Here I come.
Mike 42.
On 1st down, Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
You gotta go. In and out. Let's go.
We got double up.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the 2nd half is underway. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Chris Carson, 79 yards. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead. Always important to get the first score of the 2nd half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Rodgers to throw again, escaping the pressure right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's the linebacker, Michael Kendricks, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw it right into it for an interception.
They'll run on 1st down. Carson. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 1st down Seattle on a pickup of 13.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Here's Wilson. Sliding out of the pocket. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Za'Darius Smith able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Wilson. Buying time to his left. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7 with a sack. It's Ziggy Ansah. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you, because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play, because that's been an issue for them in this game. To throw is Rodgers, eluding the pressure right. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 14. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now 21-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back.
And now here is another interception. Shaquill Griffin with a pick. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it. but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, wide open, complete, and all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf. 41 yards. And the interception by the Seahawks D leads to a touchdown. Now Myers for the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 42. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Now it's Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney and the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw is Wilson. Flush to his right. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Adrian Amos with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Lets this one rip toward Graham. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Rodgers will try again on 2nd down. He gets this to Devontae Adams. 13 yards, 1st down, Packers.
A gain of 13 yards. And a Packer 1st down.
Rodgers now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Rodgers going to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the 1st half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. On 2nd and 10, Rodgers flushed out right. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him the first.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
Zero.
Now he's flushed out right. He'll try and run it. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down. He'd had some success as a runner previously on this drive, just not as much space there that time.
Yeah, this time when he pulled it down, they were ready for him, so I think he's going to have to fling a few in order to open up that running lane again.
Throwing again on second down. Rodgers, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Throwing on third and long. Rodgers. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. Well, these guys are going to have the football back as the third quarter comes to an end. Back now in Seattle, Washington. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. We got three,
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on third down. Here's Wilson to throw. He's going to look deep for more. And this is taken in at the 5. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. David Moore, 48 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. The extra point now coming from Myers. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Yeah, Liz. Hey, Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Keep it up, defense.
Now Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 39. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Mike 42, Mike 42.
After the interception, here's Wilson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Kenny Clark able to get in there and run him down for what's going to be a loss of 15 yards all told. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Now Wilson. Flush to his right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Mike's 42, Mike's 42.
3rd and long, it's Wilson. Flushed out right. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Darnell Savage. There he goes right side. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football, because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
So the Packer offense coming on. They'll be asked to go for 2.
I got you.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers being chased out left. And this one's incomplete.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Oh, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. Wilson now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Mike's 42, Mike.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. Steps away to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Kenny Clark picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On 2nd and a long way to go. Wilson, and the pressure gets to him again. Zadarius Smith, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
Brings up 3rd down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away.
42, Mike 42. I got you. Easy. Touch your heart.
From the shotgun, Wilson escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. He's going to look deep for more. And this is going to be incomplete. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position.
57's the Mike. Hey, watch the ball.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. And once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Rodgers. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver, and it's third down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync.
And it'll be intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct.
Go 14. Watch twins. Preload. Twins. Check the backer. Tight dog. Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
Oh, Wilson going to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. Well, he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. He's got the hook up to Moore. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
He's got it at the 15. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead will swell by 1 more. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And they will start out in great shape, up very close to midfield.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said,
and my goodness, another interception. Trey Flowers picked.
Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the